Hey guys, welcome back. So basically in this tutorial I'm going to show you something about automation. So here I will automate filling this Google form with the help of Selenium, and the script will be written in Python obviously. So now question may arise is that what Selenium is. So Selenium is a framework basically that is being used for uh, web web testing, web application testing, and it's used for automation as well. So to get started with Selenium, what we have to do first is we have to install the WebDriver in our system first. So for installing the WebDriver, please go to this website. The link will be provided in the description. You can check that. So according to your Chrome version, you have to download the Chrome driver on your system. So for checking the version of your Chrome, you click on these three dots and go to help and about Google Chrome, and you can see your Chrome version here. So my version is 87.0 point something. So here I will download this one. So click on this link, and based on your operating system you are using, you can download the respective driver. As I'm using Windows here, so I will download this one, but I already downloaded this driver in my system, and when you will click this link, a zip file will be downloaded in your system. So let's see. So this is my download folder, and here is the zip file that will be downloaded, and you have to extract this one. So you can extract here means this will be extracted in the same folder, means download folder, or you can choose the folders you want to extract in. So from here you can choose the folder. So I have already extracted this driver. So one .exe file will be there in your folder after extracting. So this is my Chrome driver. Now my task is to to select the path of this, to copy the path of this, because I will need this path in time of coding. So just copy that. Okay, so now you are all set to work with Selenium. Now let's start with coding. code is over. Now let's explain our code first. After that, I will show if it is working or not. So we know that to work some external modules, we have to import them first in our code. So for that, here we imported WebDriver from Selenium, and we have imported random. I will discuss why I am using this random module here. So after that, we call this Chrome options class that is in WebDriver module, and it's basically used to set some options that I want. And after that, I add some argument to this option variable that is incognito. This means I want to open my browser in incognito mode, and we know that incognito mode prevents the browser from storing the histories, cookies, and caches, right? After that, here we simply prepare a list of some email IDs, and here random.randint 0, 3. This means we will take a random value in range of 0 and 3, and we store this value in a variable a, and in the same manner we store a random value in range of 0 and 2 and store that in a variable button range. Okay, so now we are defining the path where my Chrome driver application is stored. So that's why I copied that path first and passed here. So this is webdriver.chrome. Using this, I can pass the path to use Chrome driver. After that, browser.get. Now this URL is the URL of my form, like you can see here. So using this URL, the data will be fetched by this method, .get method. If you want, I can show you. This is the URL of my Google form that I prepared. Let's get back to the editor. So I access the URL. After that, this is our main task. These three lines are main in this code. Now let's understand what it is. Now if I go to my Google form, and if I want to see the elements present in this Google form, how can I see that? So for this, you have to inspect this page. So press Ctrl Shift and C in your keyboard to see the inspect of each and every element. So my task is to fill this email address field automatically, and I want that these radio buttons should be selected automatically when I run my program, right? So for this, I have to identify first that what field I need to automate. So you can see when I hover on this field, your email, you can see in a box it's showing that input dot quantum with text input paper input something like this. So this dot convention is indicating the class name of this particular field, and we can access this particular field using its class name. So that's why we will copy each and every class name of each and every field, and we will try to access that field using its class name. So for email field, I can see the class name here, so I copied that and paste it here. So browser.find elements by class name, this method is used to access elements in a page using its class name, right? So for text boxes, I I know the class name here. For the radio buttons means for this. For this, if I hover on this radio buttons here, you can see here is also a class dot apps material with toggle radio group of radio, and here also when I hover on this submit button, you can see a separate class name, right? So it's easy for us to access a field using its class name. That's why we use this method, and this method is only available only valid when you are using Selenium. So that's why I used Selenium here. So find elements by class name. This is the class name of radio buttons, and this is the class name of this submit button. Now what does this 3-line mean? So now when I'm getting all the text boxes, like using these find elements by class name, this returns a list of all the text boxes available in a particular page, and that is in a form of array, you can say. As we know what array is a list of element, right? So a different element is present in different indexes, right? So that's why I'm accessing the 0th element in that list, right? So here in my case, for this Google form, here is only one email address field, right? Only one text box. So you can mention 0, or you cannot mention that, because by default it's only one, so it will take it. But when it comes to these radio buttons, in this page there are 3 radio buttons, right? So this is 0th radio button, this is first, and this is second. So I need to access them, but how? Like I can't select one particular radio button in each and every execution, right? So I need to select in a random manner. Like sometimes it selects this button, sometimes it selects this button, or like that. So for this we have used this random.randint method. So when radio buttons at button range, so button range returns a random value from 0 and 2, in between 0 and 2. So suppose button range is 1, so here we will put 1, radio buttons of 1, and radio buttons of 1 means the button which is present at first index, so that will be clicked using this click method, right? Sometimes the button range value may be 0 or maybe 2, and according to this will be changed. So same thing for this text box also. So using this send keys method, we are giving the input to this particular field. So text boxes is being used here for taking the email IDs, and for that we have created a small list of email IDs, and we are taking a random email ID at a time per each execution. So for that, like A stored a value in range of 0 and 3. So sometimes it gives the value of 2, suppose. So if the value of A is 2, then it will take males of 2, and males of 2 means 0, 1, 2. Males of 2 means john6676@gmail.com. Like that, the value will be updated and the response will be updated also. And at the last, we are going to click the submit button, because without clicking that submit button, we cannot submit our response, right? So for this, we are simply call this click method using this submit.click method, and we also define this submit earlier using its class name. So it's done. So now let's run this program, if it's working or not. Let's see. Okay. Okay, sorry guys. Let me first on my camera. I don't have a screen recorder actually, so that's why I have to use my Zoom camera. Okay, now let's run this program. So this is our file automation.py. Let's check. You can see that I'm doing nothing. I didn't touch my keyboard and it's doing everything on its own, right? So let's execute again. I think I got some internal errors. Yeah, here are some internal errors due to network problem maybe. Let's run this again. As you can see that it filled all the required fields automatically and my response has been submitted. So like this, you can automate actually the boring stuff using Python, and sometimes this is required to research something on Python to know much more and to experiment something better. So now I will discuss about the use case of this of this task, like why I tried to fill this Google form like that. So let me first turn off my camera. Okay guys, so basically we were working on a project and preparing a document report on that few days ago. So for some purpose we need to attach some graphical representation on this case study mentioned in that Google form. Yeah, this Google form. Okay, close this inspect. And but this was difficult for us to get response from a minimum of 100 people, and as this form doesn't need requires any kind of signing into your Google account, so I could submit multiple responses by myself, but it would take much time to manually type, choose options and click this submit button here and submit my response. That's why it worked for me. I was able to manage this Google form in this manner. So yeah, but it would not work like this in some cases. Like there are a kind of Google form where you need to verify the captures also. So in that case, you have to fill that form manually, right? You can't use a bot like that there. So I hope you understood our requirements and you can play with Selenium by your own. You can read the official documentation of Selenium on their website. Okay, so see you in the next video. Bye bye.